So it's not easy to be the first at anything. There's no way to know what to expect. We only know what we bring to a situation. We have to rely on faith that others will bring a complement of behavior and values that will create a positive experience. It may sound counterintuitive to say it, yet being the first also has the potential to be a comparatively easier experience depending on circumstances. I think my story has elements of both. So let's go back to the start. I'm going to go back further now. That's not what I want. I'm going to go back to the people who created the name Pinderhughes. Back in 1909, my great-grandparents joined the name Pinder and Hughes, Jenny Pinder and James Hughes, and they created the name Pinderhughes. It's been a legacy that few colored people could claim. It began a legacy that few colored people at that time could claim. A name that was unique to our family. Jenny's intent was to preserve her Pinder lineage. At that time, most coloreds bore surnames reflective of the people who had enslaved their ancestors. So the unintended benefit was the creation of a name distinctively not under the legacy of slavery. My parents were raised in Washington, D.C. Now, the reason they look so relaxed in this photo is because this is before the kids showed up. Both of their families enjoyed the privilege of a middle-class lifestyle, even as they struggled to survive racism. So, I was born into a measure of privilege. But that has not prevented contrasting moments of oppression. In our family, there was an unstated expectation that academically we were going to college and beyond. I'm the educational slouch of the family. If the five of us, the five siblings, Howard, Ellen, my brother on the stair just behind my mother, Charles, that's me, and then Rick, who, by the way, is with us. He's a class of 73. If the five of us are in a room and someone walks in and says, Dr. Pinderhughes, the four of them woke up. I have two sons. Raising African American sons is a special challenge. We prepare our children to learn and grow happily, hopefully unfettered by burdens and challenges. With African American children, sons especially, that hope is replaced by the hope that we prepare them to survive the onslaught of an environment that sees them as dangerous and threatening. My sons are respectful, caring, extraordinary young men who could have turned out differently, and I'm grateful to say they did not. They also could have become hashtag memorials to structural violence. Both of my sons encountered virulent racism at an age when they should have been allowed the innocence of youth. As adults, they have become successful additions to their respective communities. This picture was taken in 2009 at the airport in Atlanta, as my younger son, Baxter, on the right, was leaving to report for duty in Afghanistan. He has not been the same since. Excuse me. So, how did this cute kid end up at Nobles? When I arrived at Nobles, the subject of race used to be the elephant in the room. And I got here because I was a student at Shady Hill in Cambridge, and the headmaster, the head of school there, was connected to someone here in the faculty, and knew that Nobles was seeking a family to be the first. A student that would handle the academic rigor, and a family that would provide the support. And I will add that prior to my coming, in the spring of the year that I arrived, in the following fall, Elliot Putman, the headmaster, prepared the school. He noted that there was going to be something different in the fall, and he also said that he expected decorum. I think that was an important element in easing my experience at Knowles. So when I arrived here, as I said, the subject of race was the elephant in the room. No one was experiencing how to openly, candidly confront the beast. My customary demeanor with respect to nobles was to remain invisible in whatever way I could. It was just about blending in for me. I think it's a credit. It's a credit to the nobles community that, unlike others of my peers in other schools, I did not feel harassed and constantly objectified by those around me, most specifically my classmates. I will add that unfortunately we were, and I believe perhaps still are, unequipped to talk openly about race. I want to acknowledge that I made a kind of an awkward attempt with my classmates to try to initiate a conversation. I sent a link to an article by Ta-Nehisi Coates about reparations, and I didn't hear back from them, and I think I probably put it out there without enough explanation. And to me, it's not about the reparations. It's about the conversation that has to take place, so everybody understands. So as a local student, the occasional microaggressions would have been easily managed if not for the additional burden of a dual existence. Sometimes the most difficult aspect of my time at Nobles was transitioning from the somewhat protective environment within the confines of the brick wall that surrounds the school. I did not know when or where an incident would present. I just knew that it was always a possibility. When I encountered one, it was difficult not to connect it to the school, because it seemed like it always happened on the way home from school. I could not share these events with my parents, because I assumed it was part of the landscape, and I did not want them to fear for my safety as they sent me off to an opportunity that was their investment in my future. I did not share these events with my classmates, who I knew did not have to confront such challenges, and for whom such events did not exist. I should have. So, this isn't advancing. Okay, then there was Darwin. So as you can see, I felt more comfortable expressing myself. After graduating from Darwin, while working in the Boston area, I volunteered for the Nobles Graduate Council in '74 as co-education was being permanently established. I served for several years, and after that, I sought the Graduate Council support to run for the Board of Trustees. At the meeting where I made that announcement, it was greeted with, or it was met with, a reply from a member of the council who was a legacy parent, and he informed us that there was a provision in our charter that would not allow a graduate council member to run for trustee. So I was not familiar with the charter, and I couldn't challenge it, and everyone in the room accepted it as wrote. 2 years later, the Graduate Council sponsored a white female candidate for trustee. And when I spoke to someone in authority at Nobles about the situation, I was counseled to not make a big deal about it. So, 2 years later, The constellation of the events and the reply was a display of power for which I had neither a defense or experience in those suitable strategies. So I withdrew, and I became invisible again for 30 years. So as part of my preparation for this speech, I had conversations with graduates of color to ascertain the impact of the Noble's experience in the 5 decades since I left. I asked them to describe their successes and challenges. I asked them to tell me whether race or ethnicity was a factor in how they were treated. I asked them to identify ways that they could have improved the experience at Nobles as a student. There was a recurring theme in every conversation. Things were said and done by students and faculty which caused them to feel unwelcome in a context that was not about who they were or how they behaved, but was more about perception. Whether it was being seen through a single lens, or perhaps not being seen at all. The result was an event which caused discomfort in terms of continuing engagement with the school. So my decision to become visible, I feel right now, was not the right one. I should have stayed engaged. I know that now that without engagement, change is less likely and perhaps will not happen at all. So this moment will mark my active re-engagement with the Nobles community as an advocate for dialogue on race. Nobles has always honored and celebrated legacies. Obviously, the demographics defining Nobles student population are different than 50 years ago. In 1967, it was all boys and included almost exclusively 2-parent families with male head of household who was the singular, or at least the primary, family financial support. The Nobles of today, and by apparent measure of tomorrow, seems poised to include new and different legacies, ones that look different and include different traditions. Nobles is creating an environment for you to learn, and learn what it feels like for you to be you, and so you can practice it. Don't let that responsibility stop here. Put your mark on that process as you practice who you will be for the rest of your life. Honor truth and facts. Speak truth to power. And take it with you when you leave this campus, for however long that is. Thank you.